Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand. The gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon from Pioneer Park on this Tuesday afternoon as Carson-Newman gets set to play its first road contest of the 2026 regular season against the Tusculum Pioneers. A sack battle, but it's a non-conference game, first of 5 between these two teams. Glad you're with us here on the Eagle Sports Network. Andrew Rogers got to take you through today's contest. The Pioneers have won 4 straight games. They dropped 2 games against UNC Pembroke to open the year on the road, but then they swept a pair of doubleheaders the last 2 days against Charleston, and they're 4-2 going up against Carson-Newman's 5-0 record. The Eagles are 5-0 for the second straight year. That's the first time in the program's Division II era that it has started a season 5-0, and it's just the program's third ever 5-0 start in the D2 era as well. Now Carson-Newman tries to put that unbeaten record on the line against Tusculum in a road matchup. First time the Eagles will hit the road for what will be a team that won 14 road games last year. 14th time in 20 years under head coach Tom Griffin that his club has produced a double-digit win total on the road. Looking for another good road season this year, and it starts here in Greenville, Tennessee on this warm February Tuesday. Carson-Newman today will face off against a graduate student. Drew Slowinski is a 6'4" right-hander from Knoxville, Tennessee. He redshirted last year and has not pitched since late in the 2024 season, a year where he made 16 appearances. Carson-Newman's in blue uniforms today, gray pants against Tusculum's orange uniform, white ball caps, and white pants as Maddox Green leads things off. The freshman from Deep Gap, North Carolina, starting in left field, stands in the right-handed hitter's batter's box, steps in, and the first pitch from Slowinski bounced in there well outside for ball 1, and we're underway at 2:01 in the first midweek game for both of these clubs. Certainly Tusculum, having played its 5th game in 3 days, will face more of a challenge, but it's still a challenge for Carson-Newman as well. More on that as we go through as well, as Green takes a fastball away. Just missed. Slowinski with an extra stare down after that second pitch to Maddox Green missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Green waiting on his first strike, and he takes one at the knees this time for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strikes. Calling the balls and strikes is Peter Paviusek, and the first base umpire is Andy Glenn. 2 balls, 1 strike. Slowinski from the set. Pitches another fastball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Maddox Green, who is a .286 hitter, but he's reached base 72% of the time through the first 5 games of the season. He's been one of Carson-Newman's best players at getting on base, and that's why he leads off and fouls the 2-2 back to the screen. Maddox has been walked 7 times. That's the most in the club, just ahead of Colton Evans and Logan Floyd, who have each been walked 6 times. And this is a Carson-Newman team that has displayed a high level of plate discipline as Slawinski overthrows a 2-2 fastball, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Green has worked this count to a 7th pitch to open things up here at Pioneer Field. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The graduate student sets and pitches a fastball away, and what do you know, another Maddox Green walk. That's number 8 in what is his 5th career start, and he's at first base to bring Braxton Smith to the plate. Cole Nathan also scheduled to hit. He's hitting in the 3 spot today. Bradley Soto Diaz hits cleanup for the first time in his Carson-Newman career. Tanner Kilgore's at first. Ian Hubbard makes his first start. He's the designated hitter in the 6th hole, and Slawinski's first offering is a high fastball for ball 1. 7, 8, 9 is Aiden Gibson, Colton Evans, and Jacob Rogers for Carson-Newman. The Eagles are down 2 starters today as Tusculum's catcher Jack Gagnon is out to talk with Drew Slawinski after the first pitch missed to Braxton Smith at 1 ball, no strikes. Carson-Newman is down Jono Pierce and Logan Floyd today. Carson-Newman has had the flu work its way through the team here early in the year, and it's hit 2 of Carson-Newman's regular starters. Jono Pierce has started all 5 games at short. Logan Floyd had been in the lineup all 5 games. They're both out today. 1 ball, no strikes. Slawinski sets at the belt, pitches a 1-0 fastball. Inside corner, it hits the zone to Braxton Smith for strike 1. Braxton hitting .600 right now. 3 RBI. He missed a game with an illness as well. Still early in the year in his sophomore year, starting in center field in this game. Takes a 1-1 changeup low. 2 balls and 1 strike. On Carson-Newman's number 2 hitter in the order, Braxton Smith. He steps out with 1 foot, looks up the third base line to get a signal from head coach Tom Griffin. Now he steps back in. Slawinski sets, glove at his belt. A long pause and a pitch home, and Smith swings and misses at a 2-1 fastball. The count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Green had an extended lead there. Took an extra secondary, but stayed put. Normal depth for Tusculum's infield as Slawinski comes set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the first. Green at first base for the Eagles. The 2-2 home. Bounced into the dirt, got away from Gagnon as well. Green sprints to second base. Hard turnaround second. He'll stay put there. Gagnon recovers along the brick wall that surrounds Eastman Credit Union Field here at Pioneer Park. So a wild pitch moves the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Braxton Smith, and Green's in scoring position. Eagles threatening early as Gagnon needs a second. He's clutching his right hand, trying to work something out there with his throwing hand prior to getting back into his catcher's stance. He's in his stance, gives Slawinski the sign. He sets, looks back at Green at second base, and the pitch home as Smith line drives it into left field, down the line for a base hit. Maddox Green gets the go sign at third. He sprints home. Braxton Smith to second base. He slides in safely, and it's an RBI double for Braxton Smith, and Carson-Newman strikes early. It's 1-0. Back-to-back at-bats that Carson-Newman started the game and been able to work to a 3-2 count. And Smith takes the 3-2 fastball down the line and left and sprints to second with an RBI double. RBI 4 for Braxton. Maddox Green scores with ease from second base, and it's 1-0. And in steps Colt Nathan. It's actually going to be ruled a single and an advancement to second for Braxton Smith. Throw is cut off at third as the first offering, Slawinski overthrows it well over the head of Gagnon, and that allows Smith to easily get to third base. So a wild pitch, the second of the inning already by Drew Slawinski. allows Smith to move 90 feet to third, and Cole Nathan is a sacrifice fly away at least for Carson-Newman to get this lead to 2-0 early on. 1-0 count on Carson-Newman's second baseman. Slowinski sets, looks at third, and now pitches a fastball that Nathan drives down the right field line. It's floating into the Tusculum bullpen and foul. Already action down in that Pioneers pen. Remember, they've played 4 games over the last 2 days, this being the 5th and 3. They swept doubleheaders with Charleston starting on Sunday, and then yesterday as well. Yesterday's doubleheader a little bit longer than the one before. 1-1 pitch to Nathan, another fastball high. Gagnon quickly leaped in, got out of his stance to not allow that one to get to the backstop, and it's the second ball in Nathan's at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Braxton Smith, after an RBI single, stands at third base with nobody out. Nathan batting for the Eagles. Slowinski pauses and pitches a fastball in the inside corner, and it misses for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike on a 65-degree day here in Greenville. Wind gusts today can get up to 20 miles per hour. It's blowing relatively well right now as Slowinski pitches a 3-1 fastball high again, and it's the second walk of the inning drawn by Carson-Newman's hitters. This one by Nathan places runners on the corners for Bradley Soto Diaz. 1-0 the score. And Soto Diaz looks up the third base line. Tom Griffin, in his 21st season leading Carson-Newman, gives the signals to his runners and his hitter. In this first and third situation with nobody out, Slowinski sets, and the first offering's a high fastball for ball 1. There is a right-hander loosening for the Pioneers. As Slowinski navigates this first inning, he has thrown 19 pitches and is yet to record it out. The right-handed senior from Knoxville pitches a 1-0 fastball, same position as the first one, high and inside, and it's 2-0. Slowinski right now, 20 pitches have been thrown, and he's walked 2, and he's hit the zone on just 6 of his offerings. Violation on Bradley Soto Diaz. Did not address the pitcher prior to getting back into the batter's box in time. Pitch clock went down too far. So it's a strike on Soto Diaz. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. Corners occupied as Soto Diaz swings and misses, and it's strike 2. So that changes the complexion of Soto Diaz's at-bat. He had a 2-0 count, but did not get into the batter's box and address the pitcher in time, thus being called for a strike, and then he swung and missed. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out in the first. Eagles by a run. The 2-2 to Soto Diaz is bounced foul down the line at third. Softly hit. And it's the count stays at 2-2. Carson-Newman offense coming off a 23-run performance in the series finale against Cedarville, won 23-4, most runs in a game in 6 seasons, and the 5th time in the Tom Griffin era the Eagles have scored 20 runs as Soto Diaz swings and bounces the 2-2 softly back to the pitcher. He had to move to his right, could not control the ball with his bare hand in time. Soto Diaz sprints up the line without a throw safely, and the bases are loaded in the first with still nobody out. It was softly hit in no man's land between the third baseman Goins and the pitcher Slowinski. The third baseman Goins stayed at third to try to keep Braxton Smith close, so it was the pitcher's ball the whole way, but he never got a hold of it as he tried to barehand it, and it goes down as an infield single for Soto Diaz. And now time called, and the Pioneers are going to the pen. 4 batters into the game. Drew Slowinski's thrown 24 pitches. He's given up 2 singles. He's walked the other 2 hitters he's faced. The bases are loaded. There's nobody out. And the Pioneers go to the pen. We'll tell you who Tusculum's new pitcher is after these messages. Carson-Newman leads 1-0. Still nobody out here in the first on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
All right, back at Pioneer Park where Carson-Newman has a 1-0 lead over the Tusculum Pioneers. The bases are loaded. There's nobody out. And Brandon Steele has turned to Aiden Moore, a redshirt sophomore pitcher out of Lebanon, Tennessee, making his second appearance of the year. This will be career appearance 18. He pitched for the Pioneers earlier this season, one of their first 5 games. That was against Charleston in the opener. So he pitched on Sunday, and in 1 inning of work, gave up 3 hits, a run, and he did strike out 2 in his effort. Last year he made 16 appearances out of Tusculum's bullpen, had 2 wins in 20 innings with 16 strikeouts, and an 8.10 earned run average. So Aiden Moore thrust into this situation where the bases are loaded. There's nobody out. Carson-Newman's already up a run on Braxton Smith's RBI single. And Tanner Kilgore gets to hit with the bases loaded for Carson-Newman. Moore comes set. The infield stays in normal depth, and the first pitch from Moore is a breaking ball knee-high to Kilgore. That's a called strike. Good start for Moore. Slawinski gave up 2 singles and 2 walks in his 4 batters faced. Moore sets. Doesn't look at any of the runners and pitches. A breaking ball that Kilgore checked his swing. He went. Ball gets away, and Braxton Smith sprints home with ease. No throw. The wild pitch gets away from Gagnon. And it's 2-0 Carson-Newman. Smith scores. Everybody else moves up a spot as well. 2-0 Eagles on the second strike from Kilgore. He checked his swing on the breaking ball into the dirt, and Gagnon did not block it. It bounced to his right and went all the way to the brick wall to allow Smith to score. It's 2-0. Cole Nathan moves to third, and Bradley Soto Diaz is at second. So still an RBI opportunity here for Kilgore, but there's 2 strikes on him. The 2-2 set of the pitch from Moore. Breaking ball grounded back up the middle. It will sneak through for a base hit. Nathan and Soto Diaz will score on a throw that is wild from the center fielder. Gets away from the infielders and allows Kilgore to sprint to second. A 2-run single for Tanner Kilgore scores Nathan and Soto Diaz, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Eagles in the first. The center fielder for the Pioneers, Evan Cage, did not hit the cutoff, and the ball rolled its way through the grass infield all the way to the catcher Gagnon and allowed Kilgore to sprint to second. So an RBI single, 2 RBI single, and now Ian Hubbard slashes one into left center field for a base hit. Kilgore's going to score with these. The ball gets away from Cage in center. Hubbard's at second base. He rounds there, is sprinting toward third, and the throw is late. An RBI triple for Ian Hubbard extends Carson-Newman's lead to 5-0 in the first. Still nobody out, and the transfer from Radford extends the lead. It was going to be extra bases for Hubbard, regardless of how Cage fielded it. It was in the left center field gap. And fortunately for Carson-Newman, Cage struggled to scoop up the ball with his glove, and Hubbard sprints to third. Infield in now as Aiden Gibson stands in with the Eagles up 5-0, and the first pitch to him is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Still waiting on the official ruling of how that Hubbard play will be ruled, whether it's a single and a two-base error, maybe a double and a two-base error. Hubbard's at third, though, nobody out, and Gibson takes low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. A Kilgore 2-run single, and then the next pitch was Ian Hubbard's RBI base hit. He's at third, and it's 5-0 Carson-Newman in the first. 2 balls, no strikes. Gibson standing in, and he takes a breaking ball that he grounds sharply to short. Fielded cleanly by Rector. He's going to run down Hubbard, who's in between the bags, and he's going to be tagged out. Infield was playing in, and Hubbard was caught in between whether he should go back to third or head home, and tagging him out is the shortstop Rector for the first out of the inning. So it takes Tusculum 7 batters, but they do finally get the first out of the inning on a fielder's choice, and it is going to be a RBI double for Ian Hubbard, and then a fielding error by Cajun center that allows Hubbard to advance to third. So 5-0, 1 out, and now the 8-hitter Colton Evans standing in, and Moore will pick over to first base. Aid Moore back on the mound, getting set for his first offering to Colton Evans. Once he offers this first pitch, will run through the Tusculum defense. First pitch is a breaking ball into the dirt. Taking off for second base. Gibson got a great read on the ball in the dirt and sprints up to second base. And is in scoring position with 1 out after the first pitch to Evans was a ball. Here is Tusculum's infield. We talked about Rector. It's Caden Rector. The leadoff guy is the shortstop for the Pioneers. Evan Goyens joins him on the left side at third base. Right to left on the right side of the infield is Keegan Mixa at second base as the 1-0 is popped up into foul ground. The first baseman over near the dirt makes the catch. Gibson's going to tag for a second and then turn and head back to second base. Good play by the first baseman, Colby Watson, in foul ground for the second out of the inning. Had to navigate a partly cloudy day in Greenville without his hat as it fell off as he sprinted into foul ground. 2 away for the 9-hitter Jacob Rogers here in the first. We mentioned Colby Watson. He just made that play. He's at first base. Jack Aggins, the catcher, and then left to right in Tusculum's outfield is Steve Scarfone. Evan Cage, the center fielder, and Jake Absher is the right fielder. First pitch to the 9-hitter Jacob Rogers in his second career start is a high fastball that misses for ball 1. So 2 away in the inning. Carson-Newman got the first 7 batters of the inning to reach safely as Rogers fans at a breaking ball in the dirt for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike with the Eagles ahead 5-0. A 4-hit inning for Carson-Newman. RBI hits from Braxton Smith, Tanner Kilgore, and Ian Hubbard in the frame. Gibson, a fair lead at second. Moore looks back at him twice and now pitches another breaking ball that Rogers swings and misses. He was out in front, and the count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the Eagles, and the 9-hitter Rogers, the catcher, with Gibson at second base with 2 away. Moore sets and offers a breaking ball that Rogers this time gets a hold of and fouls back and outside of Pioneer Park. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. First 4 runs of this inning, all earned runs charged to Drew Slowinski. 1-2 again from Moore as a tapper foul into the Eagles' dugout. Good play by Ryan Bolton, one-handed snag after it hit the netting behind the Eagles' dugout. Count stays 1-2, back-to-back foul balls by Rogers here in this opening inning. The Eagles are going to bat around in this opening frame that has seen them score 5 times. Another 1-2 for Moore as a breaking ball hit sharply right at the shortstop. Rector, his high throw is secured by Watson, and the inning is over. But a productive inning for Carson-Newman. It scores 5 runs on 4 hits with an error, and they leave 1 on. Good spot put up by Carson-Newman, a 5-run first to set the stage for the freshman Drew Fletcher to make his Carson-Newman debut. He pitches the bottom of the first when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal?
then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
3 different Eagles drive-in runs and a 5-run first for Carson-Newman, who now heads to play some defense, and Drew Fletcher warms up prior to his first career appearance with Carson-Newman. It's a first career start as well for the freshman from Waxhaw, North Carolina, and Marvin Ridge High School. Carson-Newman, another freshman pitcher. We've seen Gavin Greiner this year off the mound. Cameron Butler, a redshirt freshman. Denver Slifka, among others that have made their debuts in the orange and blue. And now we get to see Drew Fletcher, the right-handed pitcher, gets to make his debut here today. Caden Rector, Keegan Mixaw, and Jake Absher, the hitters for the Pioneers, who have won 4 straight games. The shortstop Rector stands in first against Drew Fletcher. Fletcher gets the ball in Carson-Newman's first midweek game of the 2026 campaign, and he works into his windup, first offering a high fastball for ball 1. Gavin Greiner has 3 pitches to work with. He will utilize a 2-seam fastball that can run in on the hands of these Tusculum right-handed hitters. 1-0 wind is another fastball. This one is right down the middle for strike 1. Also in a slider in Fletcher's mix, along with a changeup, but that slider is more of his change of speed pitch rather than the changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch home to Rector is a high pop-up in the infield. Behind second base, it's Cole Nathan backing up, and in the infield dirt makes the catch with the second hand, his left hand, helping gather and guide the ball into his mitt for the first out of the inning. In steps Keegan Mixa. Here's Carson-Newman's infield. Nathan joined at first base by Tanner Kilgore along that right side of the infield. Jacob Rogers, the Eagles catcher, making his second career start. The left side has Colton Evans at third, and Aiden Gibson is short as Fletcher misses on his slider away for ball 1 to start the at-bat against Mixa. Aiden Gibson back at shortstop, making just his 5th start in the last 2 years at that position. 1-0 line in the pitch from Fletcher. Fastball a little high, just above the hands of the right-handed hitting Mixa for ball 2. Gibson was Carson-Newman's everyday shortstop in 2024, which was his sophomore year, but moved over to third and spent all of his junior year there, basically, as a fastball jams Mixa. Softly hit to first. Kilgore off the bag, flips to a covering Fletcher at first, and the play is made. Well done there on a fastball that ran in on the hands of Mixa. He tried to be aggressive on a 2-0 fastball, but it ran inside and jammed him. The softly hit ball fielded by Kilgore with ease, and the 3-1 putout at first is the second out of the inning, and now Jake Absher. Absher, one of the stronger hitters for the Pioneers this year, tied for the team lead with 5 hits through 5 games played. Checked his swing, but takes a slider at the knees for strike 1. First pitch strike of the day for Drew Fletcher in his debut. Looking to send the Pioneers down in order. A long look in, gets into his windup, and offers an 0-1. Another slider. This one stayed a little high, and it's ball 1. Absher, the hitter, right now a sophomore, has a home run, has 8 RBI to lead the team. Has a triple this year to lead the group. 1-1, breaking ball away. He is one of several Pioneers with an extra base hit this year. A triple being his only extra base hit so far. Has drawn 6 walks, hitting .385 in his reached base 57% of the time. Hits one sharply down the line at third. It gets by the diving Evans and into left field. Absher taking off for second base as Maddox Green lost the ball and left. Absher makes a quick turn at second base and will stop there. It was sharply hit in left, and Green was sprinting after it, and it went underneath his glove, got all the way to the wall, but Absher held up at second base. Imagine it's going to be a single and an error that allows Absher to reach. First hit, it's a 2-out hit from Absher. Brings Colby Watson, the cleanup hitter, to the dish here in the first. And he hits from the left side for a Tusculum team that has 4 lefties in the lineup. Scarfone is a lefty after Watson, and then they've got Cage and Johnson in the 7-8 spots to hit from the left side. Fletcher sets and pitches a breaking ball that gets away from Rogers. This ball goes toward the Tusculum dugout. Wide turnaround third for Absher, but he stays put as Rogers tracks it down. So Absher now at third base. Really no damage done. With 2 outs, he would be running on anything. And so a ball hit to the outfield, he may score anyway. The out and the way to get out of this inning is getting Colby Watson here for Carson-Newman if you're Drew Fletcher. Wild pitch moves him to third. Third total wild pitch here in the opening inning of baseball. Fletcher pauses. The righty looks at third and now pitches a fastball on the outer corner for strike 1. Fletcher is a right-handed pitcher that Jason White says does a great job of controlling the game. He seems to always be in control. Sets in a 1-1 pitch, is bounced off the right foot of Watson. It goes into fair territory, but it is ruled a foul ball, and it is strike 2. It went perfectly to Colton Evans. Would have been a routine play, but it drilled the right foot of Watson, who steps out for a second before returning to the left side of the batter's box for a 1-2 pitch from Drew Fletcher. The righty sets, pauses, and pitches a fastball lined foul. Over top the Eagles' dugout, down the left side. Count stays at 1-2. Fletcher, fantastic at controlling the game, has good pace to how he operates on the mound, and uses the pitch clock to his advantage. It's down to 7 as he offers a fastball away, a waste pitch on a 1-2. Shifts the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Somebody that Carson-Newman hopes can give them multiple innings, especially in these midweek scenarios. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The freshman sets a look at third base, a long pause, and now the pitch home is grounded to the right side. Right to Tanner Kilgore. He bobbles it, recovers easily, and holds off Fletcher and says, I'll take it myself for the final out of the inning. So a 2-out hit from Jake Absher. He moves to third on a wild pitch, and an error got him there as well, but Drew Fletcher strands him. No runs on a hit, an error, and Absher left at first. It's a scoreless first inning in Drew Fletcher's debut, and now Carson-Newman's top of the order heads back to the dish with a 5-0 lead as we head to the second inning from Pioneer Park after this.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Andrew Rogers, so glad you're with us on a beautiful February Tuesday. It was hard to believe that we were going to have 65-degree weather for baseball just 2 days ago. Carson-Newman and Tusculum, among other teams throughout the southeast region, have played some very, very cold baseball. Carson-Newman's not played a game above 40-degree weather, and they have been blessed today to play in 65-degree weather against the Tusculum Pioneers on this Tuesday afternoon. And for what we thought was going to be a cloudy day, but there's some blue skies working their way through the Greenville area. And it's a sun-soaked Pioneer field here as Maddox Green stands in to lead off the second frame after Carson-Newman batted around in the first. First pitch of the inning is an inside fastball that hits Green. Maddox Green is going to have his middle name changed this year to Freebie. Maddox Freebie Green. All he does is draw freebies. He has been walked 7 times this year, and that's the 3rd time he's been hit by a pitch. So 10 freebies for the freshman in his 5th career game. He's at first base just like that. Braxton Smith stands in. The breaking ball, bounces away from Gag and gets away from him. Maddox Green turns at second base and will stop there. So another wild pitch. And 2 pitches into the inning, Carson-Newman has a runner in scoring position without putting bat on ball. The reliever, Moore, asked for a new baseball, and he is granted one as he heads back to the mound to face Braxton Smith, who singled in the opening inning to score Green. 1-0 set. The pitch to Smith is hitched softly to short. Fielded by Rector cleanly. His throw is a laser right to the chest of Watson. Play is made, but a good read on the ball by Maddox Green. The ball was hit to his left as he got a secondary lead at short, and so he wisely heads to third base and is there with 1 out for Cole Nathan. So a 6-3 play is the first out of the inning. And here's Nathan with a runner at third base. Nathan drew a walk in 5 pitches against Slowinski in the first. Infield in for Tusculum as the first offering is a breaking ball away for ball 1. On the topic of freebies, that is something that, and by the way, that was the 5th hit by pitch for Maddox Green this year. So he's got 13 freebies to lead the team this season, adding to what I thought was 10. It's actually 13. He's at third base. 1 ball, no strikes on Nathan, and the breaking ball is in the dirt again for a ball. It's 2-0. This is a Carson-Newman team that Tom Griffin said pregame has done a fantastic job at being disciplined at the plate. Heading into this game, Carson-Newman has drawn 49 walks, that number up to 51 now. The set, the pitch from Moore, an inside fastball. It does clip the zone for a strike, 2-1. Entering today, though, 49 walks was best and most in the sack. And 9th nationally, and how about this, the most walks through the first 5 games of a Carson-Newman season in the last 2 decades in program history. Breaking ball stays above the zone that time from the righty Moore. The count is 3-1. It's the most walks through 5 games in the last 24 years for Carson-Newman baseball. Just another testament to why this team's plate discipline has been on full display. It's been every hitter in the lineup 1 through 9, not just 1 or 2 guys. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Nathan almost tossed the bat to third. He was trying to get up to first base, but is called for strike 2, has a conversation with the home plate umpire, and now stands back in. Pitch clock down to 8, and now 5 as Moore comes set. He looks at third, 3, and now he offers. Breaking ball away, ball 4. Second walk drawn by Cole Nathan. He's at first base with Green still at third, and 1 out of the inning for Bradley Soto Diaz. I asked Coach how much of that was maybe opposing pitchers struggling and maybe the cold weather, and whether that was a factor in why his team has drawn a lot of walks. And he said it's probably 60-40 plate discipline. He says he's not really sure yet, wants to see more of a sample size as Soto Diaz crushes one into center field on a line for a base hit. Green will score with ease. Moving to second base is Nathan. And it's an RBI single for Bradley Soto Diaz, and Carson-Newman's lead extends to 6-0 in the second. Good piece of hitting, and Soto Diaz wastes no time to drive in his 4th run in the orange and blue. First and second with 1 out for Tanner Kilgore. He drove in 2 runs with his 2-run single in the first. And now he gets to hit with 2 more guys on base right now and 1 out in the second. Moore sets, lifts the left leg, and pitches a fastball at the letters for strike 1. Plate discipline has allowed Carson-Newman to put runners on base in this inning, and Soto Diaz delivers. It will be interesting, though, to navigate throughout the rest of the month of February to see how often this plate discipline is a factor for this Eagles offense as Kilgore crushes one high into the air, right side. First baseman and second baseman down to the outfield. It drops in between all 3 of them, and the runners will move up a base. The right fielder Absher along with the second baseman Mixaw and the first baseman Watson were all converging in the outfield grass, and nobody comes up with it. Watson was the closest pioneer, and he was really the only one that made a hard effort to go for the baseball. And I think that's why the other 2 fielders in the area didn't give it much effort. They knew they saw Watson giving it all he had. Then it just drops between all 3. It's a single for Kilgore to load the bases for Ian Hubbard. First pitch to the lefty DH is a breaking ball outside for a ball. 6-0 Carson-Newman. It can break this game maybe wide open here early. With the bases loaded for Ian Hubbard. Moore pauses. Pitch clock down to 3, and now he pitches to Hubbard. A breaking ball well outside. 2 balls and no strikes. On the Radford transfer and the sophomore Ian Hubbard from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Limited time with Radford, elected to come back closer to home and play for the Eagles. Transferring in his first season in the orange and blue, and he swings at a breaking ball on a 2-0 for strike 1. Trying to be aggressive. Comes up empty. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 6-0 Carson-Newman, top of inning 2. Back-to-back singles from Soto Diaz and Kilgore. Kilgore at first, Soto Diaz at second, Nathan drew a walk, and he's at third. Moore sets and pitches a 2-1 to Hubbard. Another breaking ball, another swing and a miss. A foul tip into the mid of Gagnon for strike 2. Hubbard trying to deliver a big hit for the Eagles here in the second inning and expand this lead out farther. The righty Aiden Moore comes set. Pitch clock down to 3 and 2, and he pitches a 2-2 breaking ball, a swing and a miss. All 3 swings and misses, consecutive pitches that were breaking balls by Moore to Hubbard, and he missed them all. 2 outs, a big second out here in the second, and here comes Aiden Gibson. Gibson the opportunity now with the bases loaded. Time called. Tusculum's head coach is Brandon Steele in his 8th overall season. The Tusculum grad of 2011 has made the signal to go to the bullpen. So the end of the line here for Aiden Moore. He offers 31 pitches to get 5 outs in this game, 4 hits, 2 runs. His line's not complete, but that's his line for now, a walk and a strikeout. And after 31 pitches, his day is over. We'll tell you who Tusculum's new pitcher is. Carson-Newman has the bases loaded. There's 2 outs in the top of the second, and the Eagles already lead 6-0. We're back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeaneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Aiden Sproles is Tusculum's new pitcher with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He is a right-handed freshman from Johnson City, Tennessee. 6'2" and 250 pounds. He is the right-hander to come into the game for the Pioneers. All 3 pitchers now that have towed the mound for Brandon Steele's team have been right-handed, and another big situation for a reliever for the Pioneers. There's 2 outs in the inning, and Sproles continues to warm up in hopes of getting this final out of the inning. This will be his 2nd appearance of the season. He threw 2 2/3 innings of work on Sunday against Charleston in the 2nd game of the doubleheader. Struck out 3 and walked 1, only gave up 1 base runner. And the 8 outs he recorded, but a much different situation here. He was part of a shutout that day. He's pitching in now a 2nd inning where Carson-Newman leads 6-0 and has the bases loaded. The Providence Academy graduate toes the mound with the bases loaded for Aiden Gibson here in inning number 2. Umpires back to their positionings. Carson-Newman's runners back to their respective bases. Nathan at 3rd, Soto Diaz at 2nd, and Kilgore at 1st. As Gibson stands in, he hit into a fielder's choice the first time and swings and fouls the first one back into the netting for strike 1. No balls and a strike. The offering by Sproles is a strike knee high, and it's 0-2 quickly. Gibson hitting with the bases loaded. Last season, he was 5 for 9 in these spots. The 0-2. Fastball fouled back. Good battle by Gibson to keep things alive and keep the count at 0-2. Soto Diaz with a lone RBI hit in this frame. Another 0-2, a breaking ball high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maddox Green was the run to score. He got hit by the first pitch of the inning, and then later scored from 2nd on Soto Diaz's line drive single to center. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Eagles by 6 here in the 2nd, and the pitch is hit on a 1-hopper over top of the shortstop's head. Rector into left center field. 1 run is in. A 2nd one will score as well. It's 8-0 Carson-Newman. It was somewhat of an in-between hop hit right at Rector. It was so sharp that it hit the infield dirt and bounced up over his left shoulder. Got by him into left center field for a base hit. It was so sharply hit. It was going to be a tough play for Rector, but it will be a 2nd error for the shortstop, or for the Pioneers today, rather. First by the shortstop. And it's 8-0 Eagles. Still 2 on and 2 out for now Colton Evans. Swinging a foul ball at the plate on Evans' first pitch from Sproles. So Nathan and Soto Diaz score. Kilgore up to 2nd base. Gibson's at 1st. Those are the runners on with 2 outs for Colton Evans, who popped up in the 1st. 8-0 Eagles. The pitch from Sproles. A fastball, belt high, and it's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2nd consecutive at bat that Sproles has worked a Carson-Newman hitter to an 0-2 count. The freshman looks at 2nd and pitches, and Evans skies one in the infield. It's going to float foul over top of the first base dugout and into the seats. Somewhat of a good crowd on hand. With the way Pioneer Park is set up, all of the fans behind Carson-Newman's 3rd base dugout along the left side of the field are in sun, which probably feels fantastic today. And everybody behind home and to the right side is in shaded area as Sproles' breaking ball misses for a ball. 1-2 the count. There are fans pretty much sitting anywhere you possibly could here at Pioneer Park. We've got people down the right field line a lot. And the same can be said on the left side. 1-0 set for Sproles, or 1-2 set rather, is another bouncing ball foul. Good battle here from Colton Evans with 2 outs and 2 on. With the Eagles up 8-0, a 5-run first, and 3 more have scored here in the second. Rogers is on deck. If he gets to the plate, it'll be the second consecutive inning Carson-Newman bats around. 1-2 again. High fastball, 2-2. Colton Evans making his first career start at third base, a player that's been with the program for what is his 3rd year, but getting his first action. He's battled injuries throughout much of his last 2 years. Eagles glad to have him on the field as he hits one well out toward left field. Back goes the left fielder Scarfone near the warning track. Will make the catch. Ball hangs up out there, and the inning is over. But another productive inning from Tom Griffin's Carson-Newman Eagles. Maddox Green started things with a hit by pitch. He later scored, and it's all part of a 3-run inning for Carson-Newman in which it records 2 hits. An error brought home 2 runs, and the Eagles leave 2. 3 runs, 2 hits, an error, 2 left in the second. Carson-Newman's lead is 8-0 as Drew Fletcher heads back to the mound for the home half of the second after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
All right, back at Pioneer Park, Andrew Rogers glad to welcome you back here as Carson-Newman is out to an 8-0 lead on a Tusculum team that is in the midst of a 4-game winning streak over the last 2 days, playing their 5th game in the last 3 days. Here against Carson-Newman today, they're trailing 8-0 as they bring 5, 6, and 7 to the plate for the first time. Steve Scarfone, a left-handed hitting left fielder, is batting for the first time against Drew Fletcher, who gets into his windup, and the first fastball of his second inning is outside for ball 1. Fletcher, a pretty routine first inning, did have a runner at third with 2 outs, but got a ground ball to pitch a scoreless first. Swing a high fly ball. It's floating foul, and Colton Evans, the third baseman, gives it a look, but it will hit in a grassy area beyond the seating here at Pioneer Park for a foul ball, and strike 1 on Steve Scarfone. Scarfone, a 300 hitter through 6 games, 10 at-bats, 3 hits. He has Tusculum's 1 home run and has drove in 5. Fletcher looks into his catcher Rogers for the signal. Has it, winds and pitches. A breaking ball away, 2-1. Down the line here at Pioneer Park, it's 331 feet. Straightaway center's 400 feet. With a pretty tall wall all the way around as Scarfone rolls one to the right side. Routine play for Tanner Kilgore. He'll flip to Fletcher. And it's the first out of the inning. So that's the second time Fletcher has needed to go cover the bag on a softly hit ball to Kilgore at first. And those two have done well together. A 3-1 putout at first base is the first out of the second inning. And now another lefty coming to the plate in Evan Goins. It's actually 5 straight lefties for the Pioneers. Goins listed as a right-handed hitter on the lineup card, but he is a lefty, and he bats right now and takes the first pitch for a ball. So 4 through 8 in Tusculum's order is all left-handed hitters. One ball and no strikes on Goins. Fletcher's 1-0 is driven well out toward left center field. After it is Braxton Smith. He got a good jump after it. He's sprinting after it. Won't get there, though. And one hops the wall. And turning and moving to second base is Goins. One out double for the junior infielder who has his second double of the year. Smith got an excellent jump on that ball. He was playing just to his right of dead center, so he was positioned well for that ball in left center field, but it kept slicing away from him and farther to left field. And he ultimately just could not get to it as it landed along the warning track and bounced up against the wall. Evan Cage, the center fielder, another lefty to the plate against Fletcher, and the first pitch of the at-bat to Cage is a breaking ball outside for ball one. Carson-Newman's pitching staff mainly made up of right-handed pitchers, although they do have two active lefties today. Cameron Butler made his debut and faced one batter last time out, and Harrison Shelton is active for Carson-Newman today as well, another left-handed pitcher as Fletcher throws back toward second base. Gibson covering, tag applied but late. And now Fletcher has the ball back. And a 1-0 count against Evan Cage. Fair lead for Goins at second. Fletcher glances back at him and now pitches a 1-0 fastball that is fouled back. Line foul. Heads up as that ball deflects off an overhang and lands in the seventh row. In between where people are sitting in rows 6 and 8. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the lefty Cage here in the second. Fletcher's offering a high fastball away as well, 2-1. Carson-Newman an 8-0 lead here on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman has taken advantage of 2 Tusculum errors, and they've compiled 6 hits through the first 2 frames against Tusculum's pitchers. A pause for Fletcher and a pitch home. Another fastball away, and it's 3-1. Freshman making his debut. Coaching staff was hoping to get multiple innings out of Fletcher. There's nobody in Carson-Newman's bullpen right now. They know he's capable of pitching 2 to 3 innings, maybe 4, depending on how it goes. 3-1 offering is a swing and a miss. Good slider. Down and in on Cage, forces a swing and a miss, and it's a full count. They believe in Drew Fletcher. That's why he's earned this midweek opportunity to start this baseball game. See how long his leash is throughout today's game. 3-2 pause for Fletcher. He looks at second base and now pitches a 3-2 breaking ball that's skied high into the infield. Gibson and Nathan converge in front of second base. It's Gibson backing up just left of the bag to make the catch. 2 away on the second infield pop-up by the Pioneers in this game. And now it's Mason Johnson. Johnson, the DH, bats with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Had that pop-up been any farther to Gibson's right, he would have collided with the runner Goins, who was just standing on second. 2 away as Fletcher comes set, working from the stretch and pitches a slider away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, and the Eagles lead 8-0 in the bottom half of inning 2. The righty comes set. Another look at second, and now a pitch is a high fastball away. He worked from behind against Cage, fell behind 3 balls, 1 strike, battled back to get the center fielder, and he's fallen behind on Mason Johnson, 2-0. 29 pitches so far for the freshman. He sets, and his 30th offering of his first collegiate starts, a sharply hit grounder to short. Gibson slides, makes the play. Throw is low. Kilgore can't scoop it. It gets away from him. The runners will stay put, though. Moving to third was Goins, and if he would have kept running, he probably would have scored. That ball got away from Kilgore by about 10 feet or so. And by the time he recovered it, Goins had already had his mind made up to stay at third. So with 2 outs, now runners are on the corners for Jack Gagnon, the catcher. That will go down as Carson-Newman's second error. First by Gibson, who again is playing just his 5th career game, or 5th game at short in the last 2 years. Corners occupied with 2 outs for the catcher Gag, and the first pitch is a high fastball for ball 1. It felt like Gibson kind of stumbled as he moved to his left to get the ball, messed up his timing, and then forced the dive. He wasn't going to need to dive for it, but his stumbling of trying to move into position forced him to dive and threw off his timing on that play as Gagnon takes another fastball away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Second error by Carson-Newman. 1 in each inning to start things. 2 balls, no strikes. Fletcher's offering a fastball, waist high for strike 1. Again, no John O. Pearson, no Logan Floyd today. Those 2 would have been the normal guys to connect on that play. Both out with a sickness today. As to why Gibson's at short and Kilgore gets the start at first. 2-1 home by Fletcher's a breaking ball hit through the left side for a base hit. It's 8-1. Tusculum's on the board on a 2-out single by Jack Gagnon. Evan Goins scores and Mason Johnson moves up a spot. All right, top of the order, Caden Rector trying to continue what it is a Tusculum second inning where they've sent 6 now batters to the plate. Started with a ground ball out, Goins doubled, and then an infield pop-up was the second out, but an error has extended this inning, and Tusculum's taken advantage with its first run of the day. First pitch to Rector is a line drive foul out of play. First and second, 2 outs, 8-1 Carson-Newman. Fletcher, the freshman, making his debut. The righty pauses. A look at second base, and the pitch home. Fastball grounded right to Gibson at short. He will flip to Nathan, who covers for the force out at second base, and the inning is over. Tusculum does some damage, though. They take advantage of an error. A run on 2 hits with an error and 2 left for the Pioneers in inning 2. They just barely cut into Carson-Newman's lead. It's now 8-1 after 2 innings here at Pioneer Park. Carson-Newman brings 9-1-2 to the plate in the third after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Andrew Rogers back at Pioneer Park, where Carson-Newman has an 8-1 lead after 2 frames. And back to the mound goes Aiden Sproles, who is the third pitcher of the day for the Pioneers and was able to record the final out of that second inning. Jacob Rogers will lead off. Maddox Green and Braxton Smith will follow for Carson-Newman as part of this third inning. Glad you're with us here on the Eagles Sports Network as Carson-Newman battles the Pioneers for the first time this season. These 2 teams will play 5 times this year. First pitch of the third is a fastball high and elevated to Jacob Rogers for ball 1. Rogers grounded out sharply to short in the opening inning. He was the final out of that opening inning where Carson-Newman batted around as he takes another one high. And it's a 2-ball and no strike count on Carson-Newman's catcher from Dandridge, Tennessee, and he got drilled in his helmet. He's okay. Takes his helmet off immediately, and I think he's bleeding because he went with his glove and tapped his left ear and then immediately went down. So Trey Miller, Brendan Kroeb, Tom Griffin all run over, and as does Tusculum's athletic trainer to check on Rogers after that hit by pitch. It drilled him in his helmet, and there is a little bit of an opening near the ear hole, so he may have got drilled either just below his ear or right at it. They are putting some padding near Rogers' left ear, and the hit by pitch will allow Carson-Newman to put the leadoff guy on for the third consecutive inning to start this game. And now the concern is for Jacob Rogers, who is on one knee, seems to be fine. He is talking to Tom Griffin and Brendan Kroeb. Just to the right of home plate, and Carson-Newman may be making a change here, regardless of how Rogers is doing here. He is on one knee again, and now will be helped to his feet. And Tusculum's athletic trainer is keeping a small towel pressured to his right ear, or his left ear rather, which I believe is bleeding. Based on how he reacted, I can't see it clearly enough to say it for sure. It wasn't gushing, but he's definitely bleeding because he started to make his way up the first base line, had lost his helmet and tossed it, or not tossed it, but had taken it off, and realized that he was bleeding as he went with his batting glove and tried to tap near his ear. So Rogers has left the field. He's gone into Tusculum's dugout to be attended to. Two Carson-Newman reserve catchers were down in the bullpen warming up, and now one of them is sprinting back, and I think one of those guys is going to pinch run. So instead of burning a position player and then putting a catcher in, Tom Griffin's going to, I think, run with a catcher here in this third inning. So a little adversity here with Rogers making his second career start, going to leave the game here. And Carson-Newman will probably turn to Kevin Hammond. Him and Jamison Van Ness have made the trip and have seen time behind the dish this year. Eagles are already without Carson Cochran. He's not with the team today and suffered an injury last week. And that adds to a list of injuries. Carson-Newman's already had a couple catchers go down, and it's preseason preparation down in the fall with injury. So Rogers will exit, and in indeed is Lipscomb transfer Kevin Hammond. First change from either side in this game is Kevin Hammond. He will run and stay in the game as Carson-Newman's catcher. So Hammond at first base and Maddox Green back to the plate. Mr. Freebie bats with nobody out here in the third as the game resumes. First pitch to Green is an inside fastball for strike one. 8-1 game here on the Eagles Sports Network. Top of inning number 3, nobody out. And Hammond, the runner at first base with Maddox Green batting. The set for Sproles, and he pitches to Green. Another fastball. In for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Green. He has walked and scored, and he's been hit by a pitch and scored. And he's batting for the third straight inning to start the game. The sophomore Sproles sets and pitches a high fastball waist pitch to make the count 1-2. The Eagles have been able to turn the batting order back over to the top. Tusculum has just got around to working its way through its order for the second time. Eagles working now through its third way through as Green lines one into right field for a base hit. Hammond will not go first to third. He made a turn and stays put at second base. And Maddox Green is on base for the third straight time. His first hit of the day is Carson-Newman's 7th, and it puts runners on first and second with nobody out. Maddox Green continues to be impressive young and early in his freshman season. First and second for Braxton Smith. The sophomore from Cleveland, Tennessee, doubled in Green in the first and grounded out in inning 2. First and second here, Smith will show bunt and bunt it up into the air, but it's back into the netting and foul. So if you're going to bunt it up into the air, at least it was bunted foul. That's the case here for Smith, who sees the count go to 0-1. 8-1, Carson-Newman leads. Scored the first 8 runs of this game. A 5-run first, a 3-run second. Tusculum got a run back in the second on a Jack Gagnon RBI single, which followed an error. 0-1 to Smith. No bunt that time. He thought about a swing, instead did not, and takes it anyway for strike 2. So back-to-back batters that Sproles here in the third has worked ahead. 0-2. He quickly sets, looks at second, and pitches a fastball that's called strike 3 right on the corner. Smith down looking. And for the second straight inning, he is the first out of the frame. And now Cole Nathan bats. Cole bats in the 3 spot for the first time this year. Normally occupied by Logan Floyd, but Floyd is sick today, so Nathan up a spot from his normal cleanup spot to the 3rd spot. And he takes fastball low and away for ball 1 to start his 3rd plate appearance. He has drawn 2 walks in his first 2 plate appearances of this contest. That breaking ball by Sproles is a strike on the outer edge of the plate, and it's a ball and a strike now with 2 runners on in this 3rd inning, 1 out as well. Eagles by 7 runs, trying to pad onto that lead here in the 3rd. Nathan takes a 1-1 breaking ball away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Carson-Newman is 5-0 for the first time, or for the 3rd time in its D2 history, as Nathan grounds 1 to 3rd. On 1 hop, the third baseman throws to Mixa at second, throw back to first, not in time. Watson pulled his foot as Nathan will reach first base. There was a conversation at second because Mixa was taken down by Maddox Green's slide at second base. Green is out, so he is off the bases at second. It's now first and third on the fielder's choice with 2 outs for Bradley Soto Diaz. Hammond to third. All right, Sproles back on the mound. The right-hander trying to pitch a scoreless frame. Offers the first pitch, and Soto Diaz hits it foul back behind home for strike 1. 2 singles for Bradley Soto Diaz in his first 2 trips to the plate. He has scored both times after he's reached on the single, and his RBI single came last half inning, the first of 3 runs in the second for the Eagles. Sproles sets and pitches an 0-1 that Soto Diaz is late on. A breaking ball he held back on enough to just be able to foul it off beyond right field. And it's strike 2 now. All right, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Corners occupied with the Eagles ahead 8-1 in the 3rd. 0-2 from Sproles is a high fastball. Soto Diaz wisely lays off. Batting for the 3rd straight inning is the senior outfielder transferring in from William Penn, trying to fit right into this middle of the order. Here's the 1-2 breaking ball. He checked his swing, and it dings off his handle and goes foul. Nearly hit him, but it made enough contact with the bat and fluttered foul off to the right. So the count stays at 1-2. Soto Diaz facing Aiden Sproles for the first time in this game. Here's another 1-2. It's a fastball knee-high, called strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Aiden Sproles and the Pioneers in the 3rd, and they put up their first scoreless inning of the game. He gets Smith and Soto Diaz both looking in the frame, and Carson-Newman sees an inning that it got its first 2 runners on base go scoreless. No runs for the first time in this game for Carson-Newman on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 2 on. Drew Fletcher back to the mound with Carson-Newman up 8-1 for the bottom of the 3rd after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Andrew Rogers back at Pioneer Park, where Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 8-1 here on the Eagle Sports Network. 8 runs on 7 hits with a couple of errors so far by Carson-Newman in this game. Pioneers' early line score sounds like this. They have a run on 3 hits and have also committed 2 errors. All right, 2, 3, and 4 for Tusculum in this inning. Keegan Mixa is the second baseman. He hits second, and he leads off the bottom half of the third. Fletcher winds, and his first pitch of the inning is a called strike to begin inning 3. Fletcher has allowed 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. The 1 single drove in Tusculum's only run. Swing and a miss. Good slider there. Change of speed pitch from Sproles moves the count to 0-2. The right-handed pitcher looks into his new catcher, Hammond, behind the dish. Winds and pitches an 0-2 breaking ball. Good waist pitch. It dips just below the zone for ball 1. 1-2 count on Mixa with Absher and Watson to follow for the Pioneers here in the third. The righty works and pitches. Breaking ball hits softly to third. Right to Colton Evans. He gobbles it up. His throw's a little low, but a good stretch by Kilgore. And no need for a scoop by Tanner as he, with a long stretch, is able to catch the throw that was a little low by Evans. Play is made, and there's 1 out in the third inning. Fletcher has not allowed the Pioneers to get the leadoff player or hitter in the inning on base now. In steps Absher after his 2-out single in the first, and he takes a high fastball for ball 1. Fletcher up to 41 pitches. Again, he is built up to be able to pitch multiple innings, as is the case here in his first career outing. 1-0. High and inside fastball. Absher stays away. 2 balls, no strikes. I mentioned these 2 teams are going to play 5 times this year. They'll meet again here at Pioneer Park on March 21st. And then the 22nd will be the doubleheader to wrap up this series. 2-0 slider hits the corner for strike 1, outer corner. To Absher, 2 balls and a strike, with 1 gone in the third. They'll meet again in Jefferson City on April 14th as Fletcher's high fastball moves the count to 3-1. Not sure how it happened, but Carson-Newman did not play Tusculum last year in a series. It's just hard to believe 2 teams so close by weren't going to play in a conference series. 3-1, breaking balls away. It's a walk to Absher. First free pass by the freshman Fletcher in his debut will bring Colby Watson to the plate. These 2 teams did meet last year in Jeff City, a midweek game on March 18th. Carson-Newman run-ruled Tusculum 16-6. And not playing a series last year was the first time since the COVID year, but COVID happened. You couldn't play a series that year. The season had been over by the time those 2 teams were scheduled to face off as Fletcher starts Colby Watson with an outside fastball for ball 1, and that draws Tom Griffin out of the third base dugout, and he'll make a slow jog out to the mound. The head coach in his 21st season, fresh off hip surgery. Good to see him moving well. Last time I did a Carson-Newman baseball game was the NCAA tournament, a loss to North Georgia and a loss in the opening round at Belmont Abbey. And Coach Griffin was not coaching the bases, wasn't coaching third like normal. He was camped out in the dugout, was fresh off hip surgery, and the doctors ordered him to take it easy, and he was able to obviously make the trip with the team, but he was restricted in some ways, but he's back moving around just as he was before. And after a conversation for roughly 25 seconds or so, we'll make a slow walk back this time to Carson-Newman's third base dugout. All right, 8-1, runner at first, a 1-0 count on Colby Watson, who grounded out to first in the first inning. He was the final out of that opening inning. The left-handed hitter waits for a 1-0 from Fletcher. It's a fastball down the middle for strike one. Carson does have some activity in its bullpen during that stretch with the mound visit. The Eagles did run a bullpen catcher and a reliever out there. 1-1 set for the freshman Fletcher. Pitch clock down to 4, and now he offers the pitch home, and it's a slider in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Alec Wilson is the right-hander loosening for Carson-Newman, another freshman, hoping to make maybe his debut. He's a 6'2 righty from Baxter, Tennessee. He's loosening right now with Fletcher pitching, and the 2-1 count is, or 2-1 offering is lifted toward the bullpen, and it lands in there just beyond the bullpen catcher. Wilson was waiting to throw his next offer, and he wanted to watch that pitch, and wisely did so because that ball was headed his way. So a 2-2 count. Fletcher is going to ask for a new baseball. Kevin Hammond gets him one, and now Fletcher has the ball, goes back to work on the mound here. 2-2 count on the first baseman Watson with a runner at first here in this third inning. All right, he pauses, coming set. Pitch clock down to 7. He's letting it roll down to 5, and now he offers a 2-2 fastball high that forced Watson to duck under it, and it's a 3-2 count. A couple of members of Carson-Newman's dugout right now encouraging Drew Fletcher in this situation against Watson. The payoff home is a fastball lined up the middle, a base hit into center field. Stop sign up for for Absher. He moves to second on Watson's single. 4th hit of the day for the Pioneers. Puts runners on first and second with 1 out. Trying to slowly chip away at this contest. And now another lefty, Steve Scarfone, the junior outfielder, steps in. This is all part of this stretch where 5 consecutive lefties will come to the dish. This is the second of the stretch. Pitch clock down to 2. Fletcher will pitch with 1. It's a fastball on the outer edge. Scarfone had stepped in late there. And Fletcher was getting close to a violation, just barely got that one off. 0-1 count, 2 on, 1 out. Eagles by 7 runs in the third. The 0-1 home is a line drive into right center field for a base hit. This will split the outfielders and roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Soto Diaz grabs the ball with the second runner standing at third. He'll round and score without a throw. It's a 2-run double for Steve Scarfone, and it's 8-3. He took a slider from Fletcher into right center field with a lot of space here at Pioneer Park in the outfield. By the time Soto Diaz and Smith converged on the ball, it was the right fielder Soto Diaz to grab it, but by then already 2 runs had scored. Absher and Watson score. 2-run double for Scarfone. He's at second base now for Evan Goins. A walk, a single, a double in the last 3 at-bats for the Pioneers here in the third. Fletcher's pitch home is a high fly ball to left. Maddox Green sprinting in, loses his ball cap, sprints and makes the catch. 2 away. Initially took a step back on the softly hit fly ball. It was in the air, though, high enough and long enough to allow the speedy freshman to run after it. That's a much-needed second out as Goins swings and is out on this first pitch of his at-bat. And there's 2 away for Evan Cage, and that will be the end of Drew Fletcher's day. Jason White is out of Carson-Newman's dugout, and a change will be made. 8-3 in the bottom of the third. Carson-Newman scored the first 8 runs of the game. The Pioneers have scored the last 3, 2 in this inning, and they're chipping away in this one. Drew Fletcher's day is over. His first career start comes to a close with 2 outs in the third after 54 pitches. We'll tell you who Carson-Newman's new pitcher is after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
All right, Carson-Newman back to work defensively. And a new pitcher into the game. Drew Fletcher records 8 outs in his collegiate debut, and now he hands it to another freshman who will make his collegiate debut. Right-handed pitcher Alec Wilson is a 6'2 right-hander from Baxter, Tennessee, and he is warming up with his infield behind him as he gets set to make his first career appearance, and it will come with a runner at second base. And 2 outs in this third inning. He's from Upperman High School as well, getting an opportunity here for the first time in his Eagles career, and the situation is one that just trying to get out of this third inning and maybe give them some more after that, trying to limit the damage in what's already a 2-run third. Alec Wilson, the pitcher now for Carson-Newman. Reliever that has a slider, fastball, changeup combination, and among the freshmen, Jason White said he is one of the best freshman pitchers on this staff at throwing the changeup. His changeup is his go-to pitch. Swing and a pop fly on the first offering of his collegiate debuts, popped up into foul ground. Evans looking, leaps, and he won't make the play. It was a foul ball into the first row, but it was just out of the reach of Evans, who was moving into foul ground, but can't come up with it. He had leaned over the brick wall, but ran out of real estate. Strike 1 on Evan Cage. Wilson, the righty, making his debut, looks at second base, and the 0-1. Breaking ball hit sharply to second. Cole Nathan keeps it in front on a sliding effort and will throw to first to end the frame. 2 pitches in the final out of the third, and the debut of Alec Wilson. Good work from the freshman, and he limits the damage done by the Pioneers in inning 2. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left by Tusculum. We've played a third of this midweek game between the Pioneers and the Eagles. It's the Eagles by 5, 8-3 as we head to the fourth after these messages along the Eagles Sports Network.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
All right, 8-3. Carson-Newman leads Tusculum. We're about to start inning number 4 here in Greenville, Tennessee. Tanner Kilgore, Ian Hubbard, and Eden Gibson are Carson-Newman's scheduled hitters. All will come to the plate for the third time in this game. Kilgore is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, and he will lead things off in the inning for a Tusculum team that is turning to its fourth pitcher of the day. Ben Randall is a 6'5", 240-pound right-handed junior from Land O'Lakes, Florida. So Randall is the pitcher after Sproles for the Pioneers here in inning 4. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 for the Eagles. Tanner Kilgore stands in, the first baseman in today's game, waits for the first offering. It's a fastball in there for a strike. So Randall, the pitcher for the Pioneers, transfer from Middle Georgia, played his high school ball at Sun Lake, there in Florida. 0-1. Ground ball foul over the top of Tom Griffin at third, and it's 0-2. On Carson-Newman's first baseman, Tanner Kilgore, who has another multi-hit game in his career. Oh, 2 home. Breaking ball just below the knees. Tusculum's dugout jumped up a second there, or for a second there, as that pitch from Randall just dipped below the zone. It was a close one, though. Tanner stayed away from it and moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch home. Another breaking ball. This one stayed high. Randall last year, 5 appearances out of Middle Georgia's bullpen, a 4.5 ERA and 8 innings of work with 3 strikeouts. Middle Georgia now a Division II team in the Peach Belt as Kilgore grounds one back up the middle, and it rolls its way through the infield for a leadoff single. 4th consecutive inning, Carson-Newman has been able to place its first batter of an inning on, and Tanner Kilgore has his 3rd single of the day. And out comes Ian Hubbard. Tanner was fantastic at the start of last season, and he's sort of doing that again this year. He's got a 3-hit day for the 5th time in his career, 15th career multi-hit day. And now Ian Hubbard stands in from the left side, and he takes the first pitch from Randall, a breaking ball into the dirt for ball 1. Randall sets and pitches a wild fastball well outside the zone away from Hubbard. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Top of inning number 4. Carson-Newman scored 5 times in the opening inning, 3 more in the second. Got ahead 8-0. Pioneers have rattled off the last 3 to make this a 5-run game. Hubbard waits for a 2-0, and he takes it in the dirt. Another breaking ball that Randall can't control. Favorable count for Hubbard, who may be taking all the way here with Kilgore standing at first base after a leadoff single in this 4th inning. The righty lifts the left leg, and his fastball hits the outer edge. Three balls and 1 strike. Top of inning number 4, nobody out with Kilgore at first. And the 3-1 is an inside fastball that Hubbard knew immediately was ball 4. He'll sprint to first, and Carson-Newman's got the first 2 runners of this inning on base. 3rd time in 4 innings it's done that. Hubbard's on for the 2nd time. Moves Kilgore to second base, and now Eden Gibson. Gibson shows bunt. Perfectly placed, 3rd base side. It's fielded by Randall, the pitcher. Off balance throw to first is a good one. He collided with Evan Goins, the 3rd baseman, bumped into the backside of Randall, who somehow barely with his balance, or from off balance, barely off balance, made a great throw, a perfect throw to Watson, the 1st baseman, covering. So it's a sac bunt for Gibson that nearly turned into an infield hit, but a good play by Randall. The pitcher makes the 1-3 put on the sac bunt, and now Colton Evans with 2 on in scoring position takes an inside corner breaking ball for strike 1. 0-1 on Evans. He has popped out and flown out in his 2 at-bats. Takes another breaking ball, another one on the inside corner as well. And he's behind here. 0-2. Tell you what, the last 2 Tusculum relievers have done a good job working ahead in counts. Sproles did it well in his efforts, and now Randall has here in the fourth, as Evans slices the 0-2 pitch foul. It started in fair territory, but had too much air on it and was continuing to float toward Tusculum's bullpen, where it lands just short of it and hits up against a brick wall. And the long foul ball keeps us at 0-2. Randall, the righty, pauses. Pitch clock down to 6 as he offers a breaking ball that gets away from Gagnon. Great read by Tanner Kilgore, and he'll sprint home. It's 9-3. Carson-Newman on another ball that gets away from the catcher, Gagnon. That one may be a passed ball. It was a breaking ball into the dirt, and it slowly got away from the catcher. Either way, Hubbard moves to third as Kilgore scores, and it's 9-3. Here in the fourth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evans, and he grounds it back up the middle, a base hit. Good 2-strike hitting by Colton Evans. And he drives in the 10th run of the game for Carson-Newman. It's 10-3 in the fourth. Colton Evans with an RBI single. That's all set up because of the wild pitch. Tusculum's infield was playing normal depth with 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. They came in with a runner at 3rd and 1 out, and that's what allowed Evans to sneak that ball back up the middle. The wild pitch brought home Kilgore, and the Evans single brings home Hubbard to make it 10-3. And now Kevin Hammond gets his first at-bat after taking Rogers' place last half inning. Carson-Newman's scored double-digit runs now for the 2nd straight game after not doing it in its first 4. The set and the pitch from Randall is a ball that Hammond swings and pops up back behind home and foul. Carson-Newman has been really good over the last 11 years under head coach Tom Griffin. 107 wins when scoring 10 or more times. This is the 115th time his team has scored double digits in a game. Swing and a softly hit ball out towards center field. It will hang up just enough for Evan Case to make a diving catch. Well done there by the center fielder on the run. He was playing in a little bit with Hammond hitting, and he ranged to his left, and the left-handed center fielder dives and makes the play, robbing Hammond of a hit. And that's the 2nd out of the 4th inning. And the lineup card turns over to Maddox Green, and no bat for the 4th time in 4 innings. First pitch, Green checked his swing and bounced it foul up the first base side. The debut of Ben Randall in a Tusculum uniform. He has recorded 2 outs on 2 hits with a couple of runs earned against him in this inning, as he picks over to first base to keep Colton Evans close. Aiden Sproles was the last pitcher, 3rd out of the pen for the Pioneers, or 3rd of the game rather for the Pioneers. He was been the best one so far. Recorded 4 outs, no runs, and struck out 2 Eagles. 0-1's a breaking ball low for ball 1. Slowinski, the starter, only pitched to 4 batters. He gave up 2 hits, walked 2, gave up 4 runs. They were all earned. Then Aiden Moore came in and got 5 outs, but gave up 4 hits and 4 runs, 2 of which were earned. 1-1 to Green, a breaking ball, inside corner, called strike 2. Both Slowinski and Moore threw wild pitches. They both had 2, and they both walked a combined 3. Then Sproles gave them 4 scoreless outs, pitched the scoreless 3rd, and now it's been Ben Randall's 4th inning, and he's allowed 2 runs. Runner takes off on the 1-2 pitch. It's inside for a ball, and Evans got a great jump, and he slides in safely with a stolen base. Good job there. The Eagles a little aggressive with 2 outs, and Evans swipes his 2nd bag of the year. Count even. Deuces across the scoreboard here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, in a 10-3 game. A look back at second base for Randall, and now he pitches a 2-2 to Green. It's a breaking ball that rings Green up for called strike 3. Knee high, Green down looking, to end the fourth inning. But a productive fourth inning for Carson-Newman once more. They get the 2 runs back that they allowed in the third. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors by the Pioneers, and the Eagles leave 1 in the fourth. It's 10-3 as Alec Wilson heads back to the mound for the home half of the fourth here on the Eagles Sports Network.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
8-3 advantage for Carson-Newman on this Tuesday afternoon, a warm Tuesday here in Greenville, Tennessee, where these two clubs are playing their first game of the season between the two sides. They'll play 4 more times, one in a conference series in mid-March and another time in a non-conference game back in Jefferson City in the middle of April. Alec Wilson got the final out, his first career out recorded in a collegiate game, and now he tries to pitch a scoreless inning and will do so against the 8-9 one-hitters of Tusculum's order. First pitch of the inning's a ball outside to Mason Johnson. The lefty waits and swings and misses at a Wilson fastball for strike 1. Wilson got Evan Cage in the third for the final out of the inning. Now starts the fourth against Mason Johnson. 1-1 count. The breaking ball is rolled over right side. Off a couple of hops, Kilgore will field. He will take it himself. Wilson was there in time, but holds himself up, brings himself to a halt just before the bag because Kilgore was able to beat Johnson to the bag. A 3 unassisted for the second time in this game. It is the first out of the fourth inning, and Carson-Newman has not allowed Tusculum to get the leadoff guy in an inning on base yet in this game. In steps Jack Gagnon. Wilson pitches from the stretch, and his first offering is a fastball outside for ball 1. Wilson, the right-handed freshman, comes set quickly. Pitch clock still at 10 as he offers the next one. A breaking ball inside corner. A called strike as he loses his ball cap. Jason White's assessment of Wilson is that his pitch ability and his ability to be constantly in the zone is what allowed him to earn this opportunity. As Gagnon fouls the 1-1 fastball back, it's a 1-2 count. They loved how Wilson was living in the zone in the fall and into the spring scrimmages and intra-squad scrimmages. 3-pitch guy that will see his fastball touch up to 86, 87 throughout the year. 1-2 pause, and the breaking ball away is outside for ball 2. Jason White called him one of the better pitchers in camp leading up to the season when the club returned for the spring and the spring semester of classes to get ready for the year. 2-2, floated out toward right field. It's going to slice foul, though, and go out of play. Count stays 2-2 with 1 out. And a 10-3 Carson-Newman lead here in the home half of the fourth at Tusculum. Wilson trying to retire the first 2 Tusculum hitters here in the fourth. The righty sets with a 2-2. Long pause, and the offering, a slider rolled foul. Using that slider a fair bit in his efforts so far, this being the third batter he's faced. He's retired the first 2 on ground ball outs. Facing Gagnon here in the 4th. Another 2-2 from Wilson. Fastball elevated and framed by Hammond. Left there for a second, but the call not made. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wilson comes set. Brand new cleats. White cleats as he sets and pitches a breaking ball at Gagnon. Skies out towards straightaway center. Good read on it by Braxton Smith. He ranges to his left. And the left-handed fielding Smith makes the catch. The fly ball out is out number 2 here in inning 4. Back to the top of the order now for Caden Rector, who is 0 for 2. Or 0 for 1 and hit into a fielder's choice for the final out of inning 2. Now cloudy skies here in Greenville throughout Pioneer Park. First 2 innings or so, and partially into the 3rd, were sunny, but now it is cloudy on this mid-60s afternoon in Greenville, Tennessee, as the first offering is bunted foul by Rector. Carson-Newman's defense was playing back, and so Rector may have been able to reach there if that ball is bunted in fair territory. He's just 5'7", 170, so certainly know he's got a little speed to him with that build. 0-1 offering from Wilson. Slider away, 1-1. Carson-Newman has not sent the Pioneers down in order despite tossing a scoreless first inning. They have scored once in the second and twice in the 3rd. Wilson trying to send him down in order for the first time today. The righty's 1-1 home. Another breaking ball. Hits the corner and it's strike 2. Wilson has offered 10 pitches so far in this inning. Is pitch 11 a 1-2-3 fourth for the freshman right-hander? The offering home. A breaking ball rolled right back to him. He gloves it with ease. Will sprint and flip to Kilgore at first, and it's a 1-2-3 4th inning for Alec Wilson. 4 up, 4 down for the rookie in his debut. He pitches a scoreless 4th and sends the Pioneers down in order for the first time today. We head to the 5th. Carson-Newman's lead is 10-3 on the Eagles Sports Network.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
About to get the top of inning number 5 underway. Tusculum's 4th pitcher of the day, Ben Randall, warming up after tossing a 4th inning in which he gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. Glad to have you with us back here in Greenville for what is the first of 4 road games this week for Tom Griffin's team. They will visit Lincoln Memorial on Friday at 4 p.m. and then go back to Harrogate for a doubleheader on Saturday, Valentine's Day, February 14th. A 1 o'clock first pitch to start the doubleheader as Carson-Newman begins conference play. Every weekend from this week out will be conference games for the Eagles, whether you like that or not. That's how it schedule works out as Braxton Smith is drilled by the first pitch of the 5th inning. And, well, what do you know, 5 innings in a row. Carson-Newman's got the leadoff guy on base, more freebies. And Carson-Newman's got Braxton Smith at first base. That's the second time that Tusculum's pitching staff on the first pitch of an inning has hit a Carson-Newman batter. Happened to Maddox Green in inning 2. First pitch to Cole Nathan is a breaking ball in the inner corner for a strike. Cole has walked twice and hit into a fielder's choice. Both times he drew walks. Came in the first and second innings. He later scored. The ball's on a strike. Smith a short lead at first. Pitch is a strike on the breaking ball. Smith got a secondary lead that was extra extended than normal, and Tusculum's infield shouted going, and Smith was not going, and it forced Gagnon up out of his stance quickly, and he made a throw to first, but Smith was back with ease. Count 0-2 on Cole Nathan. That pitch was a strike. Randall Setson will pick to first now. Keep an extra closer eye on Braxton over at first base now. Conference play starts this weekend for the Eagles, and they'll only have 6 games under their belt before beginning conference play. Tusculum will have 7. They are 4-2 right now before they head to Catawba this weekend. 1-2, or 0-2 rather, is bounced toward the Eagles dugout. Nice snag by Sebastian Rodriguez. Left-handed snag on that one-hopper toward the Eagles dugout. Count stays 0-2. On Carson-Newman's all-sack second baseman in his junior season. Coming off a breakout sophomore year. Breaking ball into the dirt. Gagnon will watch Braxton Smith get a good read on that ball in the dirt and sprint up to second base. Tell you what, Carson-Newman has read the baseball well in the dirt in this game. Smith, as soon as he saw that ball hit the dirt, sprinted to second base. Gagnon had it get a few feet in front of him. By the time he grabbed and was stepping to throw, Smith was already sliding in. 1-2 to Nathan. Outside on a breaking ball away, 2-2. Nathan had to hold it there for a second and watch it go into the glove. And he guided it just off the plate for his second ball in this fourth at-bat of his today. Top of inning number 5, Eagles up 10-3. Trying to add on to it here in the 5th. Breaking ball in the dirt. Gagnon blocks it as he ranges to his right. And the count is 3-2. I did not set a counter, but Carson-Newman's fallen behind a lot. 0-2 in counts. And there have been several times it's worked it to 3-2. Other times it's worked it to 1-2, 2-2, but they've been good results. And Nathan takes ball 4. Textbook at bat from Cole Nathan. His 3rd walk of the day. We'll put runners on first and second now for Bradley Soto Diaz. And the Pioneers have a righty loosening, and Brandon Steele is out of his dugout along the first base side. The head coach for the Pioneers has not yet signaled for a change. And now he has. Ben Randall's day is over. He has faced 8 batters, and he's hit and walked the first 2 of this inning, and that's why Carson-Newman's threatening in the 5th. Eagles by 7 runs. Top of inning number 5, 2 on, nobody out. Pioneers making a change. We'll tell you who that change is for Tusculum. Their 5th pitcher of the day is heading to the mound when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Christian Ponfey is the new pitcher for the Tusculum Pioneers. He is a 5'10" freshman right-hander from Miami, Florida, Rise Prep Academy. He is warming up with runners on first and second base and nobody out in this top of the 5th inning. Again, this is a Tusculum team that is playing for the 5th time in 3 days, and so Carson-Newman's got an advantage here where playing a team that's played a lot recently. They had a series, did the Pioneers with Charleston, moved to Sunday, Monday, and that's why they're playing 5-3. Whereas Carson-Newman gutted it out in the cold weather and played a series with Cedarville Friday, Saturday. And that's why the Eagles are a little bit more well-rested than Tusculum would be for this midweek game. First pitch for Ponce is a swing and a miss by Soto Diaz, trying to be aggressive from the jump, and he swings and misses for strike one. Ponce pitched in the opener of the series with Charleston. 2 innings of 1-run ball with 4 strikeouts. He threw 2 scoreless innings against Pembroke in the opener. His breaking ball on the 0-1 to Soto Diaz is low for ball 1. Good day for the senior outfielder Soto Diaz. 3 at-bats, 2 hits, and an RBI. He waits, and the 1-1 is another breaking ball away. 2-1. Carson-Newman's lineup today has seen 5 different players drive in a run, and all 9 starters have reached base. 2-1. Breaking ball into the dirt. Blocked by Gagnon, and the count moves to 3-1. Carson-Newman's lineup has seen 6 of the 9 starters record a hit in this game. 3-1 pitch on the way to Soto Diaz, another low pitch, and it's a ball, and the bases are loaded. So Soto Diaz was aggressive on the first pitch and then did not need to take the bat off his shoulders for the next 4 offerings that all missed. And the bases are loaded for Tanner Kilgore here in inning 5, with the Eagles already up 7. First pitch on the way, a high fastball for ball 1. Kilgore batting with the bases loaded for the second time this year. He went 0 for 1 in an opportunity against Cedarville. 1-0 set, and Ponce's pitch is fouled back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's nobody out. Braxton Smith is at third base. He was hit by a pitch. Cole Nathan was walked in what was a fantastic at-bat, an 8-pitch at-bat, and he drew his 3rd walk of the day. He's at second base, and Soto Diaz drew a 5-pitch walk. He's at first. Ponce's 1-1, a breaking ball that Kilgore waves at, and it's strike 2. One-two count on Tanner Kilgore here in the 5th. Eagles by a tally of 10-3. And Kilgore won't add on to it just yet. He takes a breaking ball outside to make it 2-2. Kilgore last year had 8 plate appearances with the bases loaded. Had 3 hits in those opportunities. The team leader last year with the bases loaded was Logan Floyd. He had 7 hits with the bases loaded. Ball's in the dirt on the 2-2. It gets away from Gagnon. Braxton Smith will sprint home and score, and it's 11-3. Another wild pitch by Tusculum's pitchers. It allows Braxton Smith to score, and the runners follow behind him. Soto Diaz to second, Nathan to third. The lead is 11-3. And the count is full on Kilgore. 7th wild pitch by Tusculum's staff today. 3-2 is grounded sharply down the line at third and foul. Slowinski, the starter, had 2 wild pitches in 24 total. Aiden Moore had 2. He was the second guy. Sproul's the only one not to throw a wild pitch. He was the 3rd arm. Ben Randall has been relieved this inning for Ponce, and Randall had 2, and Ponte's made it 11-3 as Kilgore bounces another one down the line at third and foul. Count stays 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners in scoring position with nobody out, and Kilgore swings and flies one to right. Absher sprinting in will make the catch. Nathan's tagging from third. Here comes the throw home. It's cut off by the first baseman, then thrown home, but late, well late. And Nathan scores on the sacrifice fly. Soto Diaz also moves up a spot. He goes second to third. And an RBI for Kilgore. Makes it 12-3, Carson-Newman here in the 5th. 4 productive at-bats for Tanner Kilgore. 3 singles and now a sac fly. Scores Nathan. And Kilgore has his 3rd RBI of the day. hitting in the cleanup spot, or hitting in the 5 spot, rather, middle of the order. First pitch to Ian Hubbard is skied in the infield. Backing up is the second baseman, Mixa, into the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. Tusculum had its infield in there, and that's why the second baseman was in a more tougher situation to go catch that pop-up by Hubbard. It was more difficult because he was playing on the infield grass and had to go back to the outfield grass to make the catch behind second for the second out, and now Aiden Gibson with 2 away. Second time Hubbard's been retired. And now Gibson bats. First pitch from Ponte is hit hard on a line to left field, right to the left fielder who leaps up, and Scarfone makes the catch. Boy, Gibson got a hold of that ball, but Scarfone was in perfect position to make the catch on the fly ball out, and the inning is over. How about this? Carson-Newman did not need a hit in inning 5 to score twice. 2 runs on no hits, no errors, and they leave a runner at third in the frame. The lead for the Eagles is 12-3. We've played 4.5 innings of baseball here in Greenville. We're heading to the home half of the 5th after this.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Alec Wilson back out to the mound for Carson-Newman. He has tossed an inning and a third. He's faced 4 batters, and he's retired all 4 of them since relieving Drew Fletcher in the 3rd inning. The true freshman Fletcher got his first career start. His debut was today, 2 2/3 of 2-run ball with a walk, no strikeouts in the 15 batters he faced. And then Wilson came in, got the final out of the 3rd, and then threw a scoreless 4th. He goes back to work here in the home half of the 5th against Tusculum's 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Mixa leads off, and the first pitch is lined back up the middle of base hit. So 4 outs on 4 batters faced for Alec Wilson, and he gives up a Keegan Mixa leadoff single on the first pitch of the 5th. Here comes Jake Absher. We'll take a look around the South Atlantic Conference as we navigate our way through this 5th inning. Carson-Newman among other teams that are still unbeaten in league play this season. We'll update the scoreboard as we update the standings so far as well. Wilson sets first pitch to Absher, breaking ball in there for a called strike. Absher today so far a single and a walk. He's reached both times. Heading into today's games, Carson-Newman is the only team, one of 4 teams that is still undefeated through the first 2+ weeks of the Division II baseball season. A pick over to first and back safely is Mixa diving. Anderson is 6-0. Cataba's 3-0. And Lenore Ryan's 3-0. The righty Wilson sets and pitches a breaking ball that misses away. Lost his ball cap as well on the offering. 1-1. Pioneer Field has sun covering all but the first baseman, the pitcher Wilson, and the catcher Hammond. And the batter's box obviously as well. 1-1 set for Wilson. His breaking ball is hit sharply into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back line drive singles have placed runners on first and second. Pioneers for the first time in this game got the leadoff guy on, and they've built off that with an Absher single. First and second now for Colby Watson. And Carson-Newman starting to get some guys active down the line in the bullpen. Kyle Adams and Cameron Butler are sprinting toward the bullpen out in left field. Two on, nobody out. Here in the bottom half of the fifth, Watson, the lefty, waits on the first pitch, and it's inside for a ball. 12-3 game. Wilson facing some adversity here in his first collegiate effort. Retired the first four batters. The bottom four hitters in the order, the bottom three, and then the leadoff guy, Rector. Navigating the heart of the order here, and Watson, the cleanup hitter. The 1-0 is a breaking ball for a strike. 1-1 count. 12-3 Carson-Newman. It scored 8 unanswered, the first 8 runs of the game in the first 2 innings. Pioneers responded with the next 3, but Carson-Newman scored the last 4 to lead 12-3. Swing and a drive to right field. This ball is hit well. Soto Diaz going back to the warning track. There's just enough room in this park to make the catch. And the throw goes to second where Gibson gobbles it up and sees Mixa move to third. So a long fly ball out. That ball was hit probably 315 feet toward right field where it's about 331. Soto Diaz had just enough room. The park beneficial for Wilson to get the first out of the fifth, and now Steve Scarfone with the runners with 2 corners occupied for the Pioneers here. Scarfone is 1 for 2 with a double. Wilson would love a double play here to get out of this 5th inning. The freshman sets and offers a breaking ball, waist high for a strike. New balls and a strike. Wilson looks at third base and now pitches, and it's a swing and a miss. Good changeup. Wilson made Scarfone look a little goofy there. He overswung at that pitch, was trying to drive one, and the changeup threw Scarfone off balance on the delivery from Wilson, moves it to 0-2. The righty pauses, and the pitch is in, and it's inside. Fastball hit him. Bases are loaded here in inning 5 on an 0-2 pitch from Alec Wilson that ran inside. A fastball drilled Scarfone. And with 1 out, here comes Evan Goins with the bases loaded. First hit by pitch by a Carson-Newman arm today. Loads him up for Goins, who is 1 for 2 as well. He also doubled and scored in the second. First pitch. Breaking ball, outside corner, a strike. The left-handed hitting Evan Goins, the third baseman waiting on a Wilson offering. The 0-1 set for the righty and the pitch home is a foul ball lined back to the screen. It's 0-2. Where does Wilson go here? Nowhere to put Goins, obviously. He lost Scarfone on a hit by pitch on an 0-2. Can he bounce back here and get the third baseman Goins on an 0-2 here? The bases loaded for Tusculum in the 5th. 5 on the pitch clock as Wilson sets. It's down to 2, and he offers the 0-2 that Goins slaps to short where Gibson catches. He'll throw to second for the double play. 6-4 double play to end the 5th. How about the play from AG? The senior ranges to his right, and they double up Absher at second base for the final out of the 5th. Just what the doctor ordered, and Carson-Newman's defense delivers. A double play ends the 5th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the Pioneers leave 2. We've played 5 innings here at Pioneer Park. It's 12-3 Carson-Newman, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Carson-Newman's defense has been pretty dang good so far through 5 games. They have committed 2 errors today, but an elite defensive play by Eden Gibson on a line drive that was hit pretty well. Gibson moved to his right and then was smart enough to throw to second where Cole Nathan was waiting for the ball to double up Absher to get out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam in the 5th. Tusculum's chance to maybe cut into this 9-run game comes up empty, and now we start the 6th inning with Colton Evans taking the first pitch for a ball from Ponthé, who delivers the next one, and Evans smacks it out towards straightaway center. Back goes Cage, near the wall. He looks up, and it's gone! Colton Evans crushes a 1-0 fastball to dead center field for his first career Carson-Newman home run, and it's 13-3. He had to hit it more than 400 feet, and he did. And he dives into his teammates just outside the first base dugout. Carson-Newman's second long ball of the year. And what a moment for Evans, who has battled so much adversity over the last 2 years, finally getting the opportunity to showcase his abilities. And he does there with his second hit of the game, a solo bomb to start the 6th inning. He got a hold of one in inning 2, a fly out to left that went up to the warning track, and that one was crushed to start the inning. Kevin Hammond takes a first pitch strike, and now the second offering is a breaking ball away. 1-1. Evans hit it right over top of the pitch clock, which is positioned, if you're looking at it from behind home plate, in the bottom left corner of the batter's eye. Swinging a foul ball by Hammond up over top the first base dugout, and it's 1-2. Nobody really reacted, especially from the Carson-Newman dugout and others in the stands, about how well that ball was hit, but a nice little wind gust pushing out for the hitters today. Allow that one to leave the park for Evans as Hammond is rung up on strikes, takes called strike 3 for the first out of inning 6. And we'll head back to the top of the order here for Maddox Green. And it just kept carrying, and the more you watched it, the more you felt like, man, that thing's going to sail easily over the center field wall, and it did. Maddox Green back to the batter's box, and he takes a ball high. 1-0. He has reached 3 times in 4 trips. A walk, a hit by pitch, and a single in the first 3 innings, and then he struck out looking in the 4th. 1-1 home, a fastball knee-high for a strike from Ponthé. One ball, one strike. The freshman right-hander sets and pitches a breaking ball outside corner at strike 2. 4th home run that the Pioneers staff this year has allowed. First given up by the freshman Ponthé. Green, the leadoff guy, batting 1-2 count with 1 away in the inning, and he takes outside for ball 2. Carson-Newman has drawn 6 freebies to add to a total that is up to 71, counting this game through the first 6. 2-2 to Green. He hits it well out toward right field. The right fielder moves to his right. Absher makes the catch. Hit pretty well off the bat of Green, but he lines out to the right fielder, Absher, for the second out of the 6th inning, sorry. With Carson-Newman up 13-3, having scored the game's last 5 runs. Here's Braxton Smith, 2 trips to the plate in which he's reached. He grounded out and struck out on the other 2. Breaking ball waist high for a called strike to start Braxton's fifth plate appearance. Officially 1 for 3 for the day. His single was an RBI single in the first. He takes a breaking ball below the knees this time for ball 1. 1-1 count, 2 away. With the Eagles up 13-3. Carson-Newman's center fielder swings and fouls the 1-1 back up into the netting, and it rolls back down into the field of play, back behind home for strike 2. 10 hits to score 13 runs for the Eagles. They've only left 7 so far in the game. They've had base runners multiple on in almost every inning as Smith swings and foul tips that ball into Gaggin's mitt for the final out of the inning. Ponte recovers after the leadoff home run. Colton Evans, his first career Carson-Newman home run, helps the Eagles score a run in the 6th inning. A run on a hit, no errors, nobody left for the Eagles in the top half of inning 6. We head to the home half. It's 13-3 Carson-Newman, and the Eagles will have a new pitcher heading to the mound when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
13-3 is the score. Carson-Newman is in front of Tusculum, trying to run rule the Pioneers in what could be the second straight run rule performance. They are up 10 in the 6th inning. It would be 10 after 7, potentially here in this midweek game. 13-3, and Evan Cage is part of 7-8-9 for the Tusculum order here, scheduled to hit against Kyle Adams for Carson-Newman. Adams makes his collegiate debut for Carson-Newman. He pitches for the Eagles in this 6th inning, and facing Evan Cage, the center fielder, who's 0 for 2. And the first pitch is an inside fastball from the redshirt freshman from Gordonsville, Tennessee, and Gordonsville High School as well. Redshirted last year, second year with the program. He winds and pitches a 1-0 that is lined sharply to left. Maddox Green is moving back, and he makes the catch. Good adjustment and good play by Green in left field. That ball was hit straight on a line, and he had to make a quick read of whether he needed to come in or take a step back. He stepped in initially and then sprinted back and still had himself in a great position to make the catch for the first out of the inning. 2 pitches, 1 out for Adams in his debut. Breaking ball high from Kyle on the first offering to Mason Johnson, who was 0 for 2. He reached by an error in the second. 1-0 wind, and Adams just 6 seconds into the pitch clocks gets a swing and a miss on a fastball from Johnson. 1-1. Next one home, a high fastball, well out side for ball 2. Adams had an injury, a minor injury, early this spring as he misses inside here to make it 3-1. A minor injury that set him back just a little bit from where he could have been heading into the start of the year. Did not dress out in the opening weekend series as he winds, and the 3-1 home is a fastball on the inside corner that forces Johnson to swing and foul it back for strike 2. Did not dress out in the opening series against Charleston, and then did dress out against Cedarville. Did not pitch, but gets his first opportunity here in a 13-3 game in the 6th inning. 3-2 to Johnson. He swings and hammers it foul back behind the first base dugout. third different pitcher Carson-Newman's used in all three have made their collegiate debuts. Two true freshmen, and Adams right now the redshirt freshman, winding in another payoff home. Is hit sharply through the right side for a base hit. Good hit by Johnson. He's got his first of the day in Tusculum's 8th. One out runner brings Jack Gagnon to the plate. And just kidding, it's going to be a pinch hitter. Pioneers are going to bring Adrian Salas to the plate. And they're also going to bring in a runner at first base for Johnson. Johnson is the DH. And they are going to bring in Caleb Mulcahy, a graduate student from Dover, Tennessee, will run at first base with one out. 13-3, Adams will face Salas, the reserve catcher here. And it hits him on the elbow. First breaking ball did. So back-to-back runners have reached here. A single and now a hit by pitch of Salas will bring Caden Rector back to the plate. Top of the order here for Tusculum.
Shortstop, Caden Rector.
Carson-Newman's got more bullpen action now. As Adams comes set with 2 on and 1 out. He looks at second base and now pitches a high fastball for ball 1. (13-3) Eagles. Kevin Hammond will walk out and chat with Kyle Adams, trying to calm him down here as he faces a little bit of adversity in his collegiate debut now. 13-3 Eagles. If you're just joining us here on the Eagles Sports Network, we're glad you're with us. Carson-Newman scored the game's first 8 runs in the first 2 innings, a 5-run first, a 3-run second. Tusculum would respond. They scored a run in the second, 2 in the third to make it 8-3. But then Carson-Newman has scored the last 5 over the last 3 frames, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, to make it a 10-run game. Adams back on the mound, sets and pitches a fastball, a strike to Rector. He did not like the call. Hammond did a good job and framed it well on a pitch that was near the top half of the strike zone. 1-1. Rector's 0 for 2, or 0 for 3 rather, as he watches the pitch go for a strike. Throw down to first, and they got him. Great play by Kevin Hammond. They back pick Salas at first for the second out of the inning. Tanner Kilgore applies the tag, and Brandon Steele wants a conversation with Andy Glenn. They go toe-to-toe at the first base line. Glenn was behind the pitcher's mound and made the call from there. Great read by Hammond. Salas had a little bit of an extended secondary lead at first, and he made a sharp throw up the line, and Kilgore applied the tag. A fantastic job by the Lipscomb transfer for the second out of the inning. A big second out. On the topic of defenses, Brandon Steele and Andy Glenn still have a conversation along the first base line. This is Carson-Newman's first game on a non-turf field this season. And this grass field for Tusculum, for the conditions that it's gone through here in January and so forth, it's in pretty good shape, and so is the dirt. And certainly since the snowstorms over the last couple of weeks, it's been some time since we've had cold weather, or not cold weather, but inclement weather like that. This field's in fantastic condition for these two teams to play on here in February. Out recorded, there's 2 away, and now on a 2-1 to Rector, he takes for ball 3. So a big second out. Now frees up first base if needed for what is a 3-1 count on the leadoff shortstop Rector. 2 outs in the frame. Adams looks back at second and pitches a breaking ball that's hit out toward left center field. It'll hang up for Braxton Smith, who's into the gap, and he makes the catch, and the inning's over. Second straight inning, Carson-Newman's defense makes a clutch play for a young pitcher to pitch a scoreless frame. This time it's the catcher Hammond on the caught stealing back pick of Salas. for the second out of the sixth to help Kyle Adams toss a scoreless sixth inning in his collegiate debut. No runs on a hit, no errors, and one Pioneer left on base. We've played 2/3 potentially of this baseball game. It's Carson-Newman 13. It's Tusculum 3 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Carson-Newman leads Tusculum in this midweek affair, 13-3, and the Pioneers have gone back to the bullpen. Isaiah Pinero is into the game for the Pioneers, a 5'10 freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Pine Forest High School is now on the mound for Brandon Steele's team, who has had opportunities in this game to cut into what is a 10-run deficit at the moment, but haven't been able to take advantage of a couple of opportunities, and in a 13-3 situation here as we head into the seventh inning of play. Carson-Newman's pitching staff has tossed 4 scoreless innings of the 6 played today, including 3 straight to keep this lead at 10 runs. Heart of the order for the Eagles here: Cole Nathan, Bradley Soto Diaz, and Tanner Kilgore are the scheduled hitters, but we'll see if the Eagles maybe make any changes here in this frame up by 10 runs. Pinheiro will make his Tusculum debut here, and his collegiate debut as well. It's a fastball down the middle for a strike. High school career stats: 3.5 ERA, 12 wins, 191 strikeouts at Pine Forest High School. He winds and pitches a 0-1 pitch to Nathan, a high fastball. This one out of the zone, with Salas catching still for ball 1. Good day for Cole Nathan. He's not recorded a base hit, but he has been on base 3 times because he's drawn 3 walks. He's scored on all 3 situations as well. He's been able to reach base, and he takes one high for ball 2. Plate discipline's been an early theme and part of Carson-Newman's success to start 5-0 for just the 3rd time in the program's D2 era. 2-1 home. Fastball away, 3-1. 3 straight pitches missed the zone here from Pinheiro. Today, the Eagles have been just as good in that category. They have drawn 6 walks and have been hit by 3 pitches. 3-1 home. Fastball, low ball 4. Nathan's walked a 4th time in 5 trips to the dish. Carson-Newman will make a change here. Cleanup spot will no longer be Bradley Soto Diaz's. It will be Ryan Bolton's. Ryan Bolton will pinch hit for Carson-Newman here in the away half of the 7th frame, and he'll get an opportunity. A guy that started a bunch of games last year out in left field. So far this year, hitting .375 with a pair of runs batted in, and he takes a strike on the first offering he sees from Pinheiro. 13-3 Eagles, top of the 7th inning, trying to add on to a quality effort so far. The set and the offering to Bolton bounces in the dirt. Nice stop by Salas in the dirt. And he throws to first, but Nathan back safely in time. So we were going to take a look around the South Atlantic Conference. I think I said that in the 5th inning. And we're going to do that in this frame. A couple of games already final. 1-1 to Bolton is a chopper through the right side. A diving Mixa can't come up with it, and Nathan will stay put at second base. He moves up a station on Bolton's pinch hit single. And with runners on first and second, it will still be Tanner Kilgore, the first baseman to hit here, with nobody out, and runners on first and second here in the seventh. Around the South Atlantic Conference today, a run rule win for Catawba, 15-2 over Barton in 8 innings. Emory and Henry and King are playing a fun one. It's the bottom of the seventh, and the Wasps lead 16-15. That's a game in Bristol. Fastball to Kilgore is a strike. No other games final. Lincoln Memorial's playing Bluefield State today. That is a 6th inning score of 3-2. Rail Splitters won't play again until they meet Carson-Newman on Friday. 0-1 pause, and the pitch from Pinero is outside to Kilgore, 1-1 now. Wingate's up against Mount Olive today. Coker's up 2-0 on Francis Marion in the second inning, and Anderson leads Augusta 2-0. Mars Hill just getting underway with Southern Wesleyan on the road as well. Those are the conference games on the docket today, or the league games, or games for league teams out of conference games, though, as Kilgore takes high and inside for ball 2. 2-1 count on Carson-Newman's DH, who has a 3-hit day for the 5th time in his career and the 15th time he's gone and produced multiple hits in a game. Waits on a 2-1 and drives it to straightaway center field. Back goes Cage. It's over his head and bounces up against the wall. Nathan rounding third. He will score. Ryan Bolton gets the stop sign at third, and Tanner Kilgore adds on to a career day for the Kingsport native. His 4th hit goes for extra bases, and it's 14-3 Eagles. Second and third, nobody out. The situation now. Have a day TK, first career multi-hit game, and his 3rd career game with 4 or more RBI. Tusculum's infield in as Ian Hubbard swings and fans at a breaking ball for a strike from Pinero. Kilgore, one of 3 Eagles today with multiple hits, and Tanner's solely responsible for a third of the team's hits in the game. High breaking ball this time from Pinero makes it a 1-1 count on Ian Hubbard, who is making his first Carson-Newman start today. The Oak Ridge natives 1 for 3 with an RBI. RBI double back in the first. 1-1 home. Swing and a foul ball back behind home makes it 1-2. One-two to Hubbard, a high breaking ball, 2-2. Second straight game. How about this second straight game that Carson-Newman has a player record 4 hits? Braxton Smith had 4 in the finale against Cedarville, and Tanner Kilgore's got 4 today. 2-2 set for Pinero. Runners in scoring position for Hubbard, who swings and misses behind a fastball for the first out of the 7th inning. And here comes Aiden Gibson.
The shortstop, Aiden Gibson.
Gibson came into the game batting a .143. He's been productive, though, despite going 0 for 3. He had a hard line drive to left that was caught. He's had a sac bunt and has hit into 2 other fielders' choices. He takes high on a fastball here for ball 1. Carson-Newman, obviously so early in the year, has still worked or tried to work some things out with its lineup and where certain players will hit. Gibson's been one of those guys that's floated around so far as he takes high and inside. Nearly got hit by that inside fastball. It's 2-0, and now Salas wants to talk with Pinero after that pitch inside, and he's missed on the first 2 of this appearance against Gibson. Two balls and no strikes on Aiden Gibson. This is the 4th different spot in the batting order that he has hit in through 6 games. 3 starts in the 2 hole, 1 in the 5, 6, and now 7 holes. High fastball by Pinero. It's 3-0. There is an open base at first, but at this stage, if you're Tusculum, strikes is all you're asking for in a game that is well in Carson-Newman's favor. 3 balls, no strikes. Gibson probably taking all the way. The pitch from Pinero is a fastball down the middle, strike 1. And now Gibson can lock in again here as he's got himself in a hitter's count with 2 in scoring position here in the 7th inning. The 3-1. Swing and a high drive out to right center field. A sky-high fly ball that Absher is after, and the lefty makes the catch. Bolton will tag. The throw is cut off, and Bolton scores with ease. Sac fly from AG. He drives in a run, his first of the game, to make it 15-3. Staying put at second base is Tanner Kilgore. Second sac fly by the Eagles in the game. 15-3, and here's Colton Evans. Fresh off a solo home run, his first in an Eagles uniform. Last half inning. First pitch from Pinero, high and inside. Well, again, if you're just joining us today, Carson-Newman so far throughout the rest of this game has scored 7 unanswered runs to lead by 12. But it's playing without 2 starters who had started each of the first 5 games of the year. But the offense has had no problems dealing with that as Evans takes a breaking ball down the middle for a strike. Jono Pierce out with an illness, as is Logan Floyd. That is your shortstop and first baseman, and Floyd, one of the best hitters in the league, hitting in that 3 spot. And even with his great talent, as Evans is hit by an inside fastball, that'll be the 4th hit by pitch issued by Tusculum in the game. First by Pinero, puts runners on first and second. And that will bring Trace Alexander to the plate. Trace will pinch hit here in the catcher's spot, in the 9 spot, which is Kevin Hammonds. So Alexander hits with 2 on and 2 out. But even with Floyd's great talent, he's been on base in 40 straight games. Carson-Newman's depth has been on showcase in this game. First pitch to Alexander, a low fastball knee-high for a strike. Second at-bat for Alexander. He had one last time out against Cedarville. Redshirt junior stands back in with Kilgore at second and Evans at first in a 15-3 game in the 7th. The offering from Pinero is a drive out toward right center field. Moving to his left is Cage, and he'll make the catch. Ball hangs up enough on the fly ball by Alexander for the final out of the 7th inning, but Carson-Newman does add 2 more runs in inning number 7. They get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and strand 2 on base. Carson-Newman has the opportunity to run rule Tusculum if it tosses a scoreless 7th or holds them to just 2 runs or less. 15-3, home half of the 7th. Head your way after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Carson-Newman back to the field, up by 12 runs. 15-3. The Eagles have shifted a couple of things defensively. With Alexander pinch hitting, they'll have a new catcher. That is Jamison Van Ness now behind the plate. 3rd different catcher for the Eagles in the game after Jacob Rogers started and left the game with an injury. He was hit by a pitch in his left ear. Kevin Hammond replaced him. Now Jamison Van Ness catches. In the infield, it's the same alongside him, and then Ryan Bolton was a pinch hitter for Soto Diaz, and Bolton stays in the game and will play left field. Maddox Green will shift from left field to right field. So Bolton in left, Smith in center, and Green in right field, with the Eagles tossing a new pitcher out on the mound. McCain Mangum will make his second career appearance with Carson-Newman. He pitched against Cedarville on Saturday, an inning in which he gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. Part of that 23-4 victory. Pioneers back to the plate. They'll have 2, 3, and 4 scheduled to hit. We'll see if it's the same or not. It'll be Keegan Mixa, starting second baseman, will stay out there to bat in this 7th inning of play, with Carson-Newman ahead 15-3. First pitch of the inning from McCain Mangum is a foul ball back for strike 1. Carson-Newman's collected 15 runs on 12 hits and has committed 2 errors in the game. Next one home by Mangum, a hard-throwing righty. Fires in a fastball for a strike. And now his 0-2 is a ground ball to short. Off a couple of hops, Gibson will field it cleanly, and he tosses it over in time for out number 1. Gibson, again, has been sharp at short. Besides the one mistake, he has been good there, as Jake Absher will come to the plate. He's not been retired by Carson-Newman's hitters yet in this game. He is 2 for 2. He's been walked once and is singled in his other 2 opportunities as Mangum bounces in a breaking ball. On the first pitch. Now 1-0, breaking ball, outer edge, just missed. Two balls, no strikes on Absher, the right fielder, and he hits one sky high but foul. Back behind Tusculum's first base dugout. The righty winds, and his offering home, a fastball knee high for strike 2. So Mangum has worked himself back into this AB. 2 breaking balls missed the zone. 2 fastballs have forced a foul ball, and now a called strike to put the count even with 1 out in the 7th. 2-2. High fastball that time. Count shifts to full, and now the payoff for Mangum is a grounder foul into the Eagles' dugout. Carson-Newman 2 outs away from a 6th straight win to start the year. Remember last year, they got off to a 10-0 start, the program's best start in its Division II era. All of those were at home. Here's the 3-2 breaking ball in the dirt, ball 4, and Absher has been on base every time now. As Colby Watson, the cleanup hitter, is 1 for 3 and will get another opportunity here with 1 out. And Absher on base here. First pitch from Mangum, a nice fastball, good velocity on it to deliver strike 1. The righty sets, pitches, swing and a miss. Good slider inside and low on the lefty Watson. He swung out of his shoes and missed. And it's quickly 0-2. The left-handed hitter stands back in as Mangum's 0-2 home is grounded to first underneath Kilgore's mitt and into right field. Green gobbles it up and will throw it into second base, but Absher's headed for third and he gets there. And now runners are on first and third with 1 out for Steve Scarfone. Good hit ball there by Colby Watson. Puts runners on the corners now for another left-handed hitter here as the Pioneers try to avoid being run-ruled. in this midweek game. Watson has his second hit. First one home, a fastball outside from Mangum. 1-0. Righty transferred in a couple of years ago from LaGrange College. Looks at third, and now his offering is low for ball 2. Missed a little bit of the start of spring practice. His first outing on the mound was January 22nd, roughly a week before the start of the year. 2-2, ground ball foul, 2-0 grounded foul. Now it's 2-1. And so he was a little late getting himself back into the groove of pitching in live games in preparation for the year, but he's back and healthy and has earned himself a second opportunity here early in the year. Fastball, slider, changeup combination. Two-seamer that he can utilize as well as he goes inside with it and misses to make it 3-1. Three balls and one strike. It's 15-3 Carson-Newman, home half of the seventh for Tusculum. They're batting with the corners occupied as Scarfone lines one foul, lifted behind the first base dugout, and it's a full count now. 3-2. Scarfone stands back in as Mangum sets and pitches. Fastball outside corner, called strike 3. McCain Mangum has his first career strikeout in the orange and blue, and that's the second out of the seventh. And here comes Evan Goins, and he is Tusculum's last hope. They have actually called that ground ball to Kilgore at first base, not a hit for Watson. It's going to be a fielding error as this ball's lined foul down the first base line. So it's Carson-Newman's third error of the game. Was sharply hit, but it went underneath Kilgore's glove, and so they have ruled that an error. So instead of it being Tusculum's 9th hit, it is Tusculum's 8th hit. Or they stay at 8 as this breaking ball is into the dirt. Blocked by Jamison Van Ness. Good play there. 1-1 set. The pitch by Mangum is hit out toward left center field. Braxton Smith is moving over into the gap. He's sprinting over. He's after it. He's got it. Ball game. Carson-Newman stays perfect here in February. A 6th straight win to start the 2026 regular season. And for the second straight meeting, they run rule Tusculum. This one goes down as a 15-3 final here in Greenville. First career win to Alec Wilson out of the bullpen, and a career day from Tanner Kilgore progresses Carson-Newman to a 6-0 start. Kilgore went 4 for 4 with 4 RBI, matching, or he has a career high now in 4 hits, and he came up an RBI short of a career high. 15-3 the final. Carson-Newman dominates Tusculum in this midweek contest. A balanced offensive effort with 3 pitchers making their debuts to help power the Eagles to this run rule victory. How about this, too? 4 consecutive scoreless frames to close the day for Carson-Newman's staff. 15-3 the final. Carson-Newman baseball back on the field on Friday afternoon, a 4 p.m. first pitch in Harrogate, Tennessee. First conference series is on the road in Harrogate against the Rail Splitters. First pitch for that contest is set for 4 p.m. You can listen in again here at seeingeagles.com/live, where Anna DeCrow has that coverage, as Carson-Newman will try to stay perfect as it heads to Harrogate for its first conference series. Once again, the final score here from Pioneer Park in Greenville, Tennessee. It's Carson-Newman 15, Tusculum 3, and it's a run rule win for the Eagles to stay perfect. So long from Greenville. We'll talk to you on Friday from Harrogate. Carson-Newman basketball's on the air tomorrow. 5:15 begins our coverage from Harrogate as Mike Mincy's Lady Eagles and Chuck Benson's Eagles on the men's side try to sweep the Rail Splitters in Harrogate tomorrow evening. Once again from Pioneer Field, it's Carson-Newman 15, Tusculum 3. Andrew Rogers signing off as the Eagles stay perfect and improve to 6-0. This is the Eagles Sports Network.